Hello everyone, my name is Zeph and we are here to talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. There's a very big problem going on in the game and I think we should really address it as a community, really, because I'm tired of it, you're tired of it, I've heard the complaints, we are all complaining together. Capcom is not listening. It has been 3 games since this has been happening. I really do think this is killing Wilds. It's really hurting the game as a whole. I mean, not really, but yes, it's killing out longevity of people wanting to play the game more based on the loop that's already there. It's really counterintuitive. It's Armor Spear, and there's a big problem with it. So let's start with part 1 of my notes. So the amount of Armor Spear that's required on armors is progressively going up, and with every single title update that goes up, the amount of Armor Spear is also required on each quest. And as we go through it, it becomes progressively more and more. Now, this is fine if you only make one piece of armor or one set of armor that you're consistently just updating. This is a problem when you have to keep making different sets for different things to do different other things. I've been playing Monster Hunter since Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Now, the way you've been making armors and how much armors you make has kind of changed throughout the years. It was a lot harder in the older games. The games just weren't as forgiving when it came to giving drops compared to Wilds. Come to 4, same exact process. Rarity of parts was super annoying. You come to GU, it lines up. You come to World, and it really does line up. World was considered at the time 2017 to be the easiest game of the series, with giving you parts like it was candy and also just being able to beat monsters as hard as possible. Same thing with Rise and Sunbreak. It was great. But fast forward now, parts have gotten easier. Armor Spear has somehow gotten harder to get in these current games. Maxing out your armor takes a lot longer than it should, especially when you have multiple sets. The process of getting Armor Spear has kind of changed throughout the years. In previous games, it was mineable. It just depended where, but you could mine for Armor Spear. And there was also items to multiply your Armor Spear. If I remember, they were Slick Axes, which no longer exist in the current line of games. The last game that it was in was GU. And you come to World. I think World also had a problem with this, but they fixed it towards Iceborne. Rise just had the problem the whole entire game. You could mine it. Rise's method was still better than World's until Iceborne, where you had the little mini game which could get you a lot more Armor Spear. But even the process of getting it in Rise was running through the volcanic map on upsurges and just simply running a specific route on your Palamute to maximize how much Armor Spear you could get, running the geology skill and everything. And it was cool. You could max out your armor, your whole set, in maybe like 2 hours to 3 hours. And this is like end game of final title update, everything in there. So, but the best Armor Spear in the game was True Armor Spear, and True Armor Spear was a pain in the to get. Excuse my language. True Armor Spear was super annoying to get. It was tied to some of the hardest fights in the game, or just the monsters with the most amount of health. So unless you were min-maxing, knew all your fights perfectly well, mind you, these were monsters that were bigger than usual, had much more health than usual. We're in the arena, so I mean, you could kind of do stuff with it, but the fights took way longer than just running through the map, which became super tedious. And like I said, it takes a couple hours to max out your armor. That's the reason why, even in those games, you could get a couple sets. By set number 3, you didn't want to make another set. Curious Crafting kind of mitigated that, because you could kind of just get whatever you needed on a core set and kind of just re-roll till you got the additional skills from another set that you wanted. So that really leads us on our final topic of the sheer amount it takes. Please, Capcom, I love y'all. We love y'all. Why do you hate us? I feel like I'm being bent over every single time I get on this game with you guys. Every single year it's like this. I don't understand it. It takes 75 heavy armor spears. Mind you, in this game, the event quests don't even guarantee heavy armor spear. They don't even guarantee heavy armor spear. What the event quests guarantee is the armor spear that's below. Heavy armor spear is the highest tier in the game right now. And to get heavy, it's on specific quests And the only quests that give it like consistently are pack quests, which don't even spawn in that often, even though this game literally shows pack monsters all the time, with the one quest that genuinely guarantees it, which doesn't even take that long to grind, but doesn't spawn in that often, are pack quests. Now, you can also do the 9-star monsters, which you can drop from them, and the Arc Temper monsters, which can also drop from them too. And there's a couple other quests, but the best way to do it is just trade in your items and to meld them, which is super expensive. This actually like really kills the gameplay loop, because then you got to go refarm all the parts that you sold off for Armor Sphere for more, just to, and mind you, most of the time it's not even enough. You gotta really get gems. Gems are just the most valuable part in the game. So assuming you're on set number 3, like when GOG comes out, GOG Mosius is coming out, if you had made the Zoshia set, the Zoshia set, you've made all the Arc Temper sets, your pockets are dry. Like, the Armor Sphere economy is so trash, I really feel like we're going through 2008, but in Monster Hunter. Why can't I, every single time I go on a hunt, I feel like I don't get enough resources to trade to get more Armor Sphere. It costs too much to make your armor and upgrade it. 75 pieces of hard Armor Sphere is a lot of Armor Sphere for how often you get Armor Sphere. And yeah, you could just go run Armor Sphere missions. You're gonna be doing them all day. It's literally no different than when you were in Rise, having to run around through the volcanic map, resetting the game over and over for it to spawn in, do that, upgrade one piece of armor, and this is what, rarity 12 armor to max, and then do it again, and you keep doing it again. And every update that comes out and your other set gets kind of watered down, you want to try something else different, you got to do the same process again. It becomes super tedious because everything in this game is already RNG. Literally, I gotta ground out the perfect Guardian, I gotta ground out the perfect Talisman. Now you're telling me I don't even have enough, I don't have enough economy to go get better, to max out my armor so I can mix and match sets. I don't want to mix and match sets, more or less try new armor sets, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm burnt out. You've already made me grind out everything else in the game, to grind out the most perfect set, God rolls and everything else. Mind you, Ardians, you gotta keep like, you gotta exploit the game by safe scumming and rinsing and repeating. And with the new systems coming with GOG, it's just gonna be more safe scumming. But off topic, super off topic, I'm getting worked up, but it costs too much. It costs way too much to do this. They gotta bring something in to fix this. They gotta lower how much Armor Spheres require to max on armors, or have points be more valuable when trading them in, so I'm not just having to fight Arkveld for the millionth time, which is super annoying because it's really just Arkveld gems, or you fight a Mega, one of the two, that really give the most amount of value. The other values between the monsters in the game aren't even remotely close. Even with 9-star monsters, Arkveld's still the most valuable monster in the game, which is dumb because that was the problem that we had the first time. I was the monster that was still the issue of the dispute for Armor Sphere, the same issue. Arkveld is still the best monster in the game to grind, but I'm tired of fighting Arkveld. I want to fight something else, and I want other monsters to have just as good as value, and I'm tired of gems being the best part. Why is it simply, you know how many gems you need? It's 1,000 points. 1,000 points per gem. You need 5,000 to get one Armor Sphere. You need to do that 75 times, or just simply trade all your stuff to do it. It's super annoying. It makes me not want to do other builds, or just walk around with unupgraded builds. And in this game, you really can't do that. Unupgraded builds, you get clipped. Dude, you're getting pancaked, and it sucks. I really want them to fix this. I really hope they do fix this in GOG when GOG comes out, but man, I'm not gonna lie, the fact that we're 3 games in, or because what? This started in World, it was a problem in World, it was a problem in Rise, it's still a problem in Wild. From the moment the 5th generation has been around, this has been a problem. Now, it was a problem in the older games, but like I said, slick axes, and you could still mine Armor Sphere. There was ways around it. In GU, there was really a good bit of ways around it. I want more Armor Sphere. I want the Armor Sphere economy to look better. I want to use some other sets. Like mind you, in the new update, you're gonna be able to bump up rarity 5 and 6 armors up to the length of 7 and 8. So I gotta put more economy in there. I got the Suja sash on my immortal build. I need more armor sphere. I just spent on my armor sphere. I'm out of armor sphere again. Please, Capcom, give us something more. But this was like addressing one of the bigger issues. As the difficulty goes up, people are going to want to try more stuff in the game, and it's going to get super annoying. We need more armor spear, or it just needs to be handled. The whole system just needs to be changed. I'm not going to lie. I think it needs to be readjusted on values and just essentially how much armor spear each armor actually requires. Because if this is what it looks like, we are really in for a surprise when Master Rank comes in, and it's going to be super annoying to really deal with that. But that's all I really have for you all today. If you really enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe, tell me how you feel. Tell me if you agree, disagree. We can banter in the comment section. And until next time, it's been your boy, Big Zeph, never the little. I'm out. Peace.